what do you think is like the cutoff year for Gen Z and millennial? Because I've looked at multiple, and some say it's like 1994, some say it's 1996.
I've looked at many TikToks to try and research this hard-hitting question, and I've read many tweets.
First-person resource, which is the only.
Fuck JSTOR, fuck Google. I've read tweets.
I made a TikTok that got like hate from Gen Z that was like, oh, Gen Z is trying to claim Hannah Montana. And they're like, that is Gen Z. And I'm like, okay. So I'm unsure of the cutoff, to be honest, because I've gotten hate like, oh, you're like full Gen Z. And I'm like, I grew up with like all the millennial shit. So I'm kind of in the middle, but I'm 99.
Damn. Yeah. So in my mind, you're Gen Z, but now I'm not sure.
You're 99 years old. You're a boomer, man.
Yeah.
You claim being a millennial.
That's what I'm trying to say.
You fought in World War II, Bailey. Like you.
Yeah. I did.
Are you okay? Do you know where you are right now?
You
okay?
bought war
I'm in
bonds.
space.
This is.
You're in space, right?
Yeah.
I think the Gen Z millennial conversation is just ridiculous. I mean, I feel like every time I see a debate on the subject, I feel like I'm with the worst kids in Model UN again, like trying to debate
Model UN. You did that in school.
Oh my God, I was the president, Lukas. I was the president of Model UN.
What?
I wanted to do Model UN, but I never got into it.
I heard about Model UN in school. I was like, no, I'm not devoting my energy to this. This is too much.
It was just a fun activity if you like to yell and like sound smart. But I was the president of Model UN. I got democratically elected president, and the teacher who like supervised our club didn't like me and quit because I was elected president and told me that, and I had to go to another teacher to like report her behavior. It was so fucked up.
Whoa.
I remember this quarantine because it was like stored deep in the recesses of my memory, and I literally reached out to an old teacher being like, what's that bitch's name again who I reported like 6 years ago? You probably don't remember, like you're raising children or something in the pandemic, but can you just tell me like what that teacher's name was?
You have to find her.
Yeah, if she's listening.
You got to do it. Well, this is okay. Wait, Bailey, this is a very stupid little question. But while you were like troubleshooting, I started like peeling a tangerine, and then
Lukas,
Gabby told
not
me
this.
No, I know it's a fair fucking question. But okay, so I started peeling a tangerine, and Gabby was like, I have never seen someone peel one with their hands. I've only ever cut into it with a knife. And I was like, what?
What?
Who's the crazy one here? So what I like to do is I like to do one nice long peel where it's all one piece. I'm weird like
See,
that.
why can't I do that? I want to be able to do that. I see people do that all the time. I want to be able to do that.
Are you saying why
am I weird for peeling?
Like, why am I prohibiting you, or like why can't your fingers?
No, I can't. My fingers physically
Mine
cannot
can't do it either. Thank you. I have to eat.
But I would never cut it with a knife.
Oh well.
There's that.
There we go. There we go. That's
the
all
only
I
reason.
need.
The only reason I cut into it with a knife is because people look at me funny when I bite into it, like it's an apple, and then spit the peel out, and then try and rip.
Biting into the skin is so bitter, though.
It's
so bitter.
It's like full skin action, and it's like, yeah.
That's not nice.
Full skin. It sounds like we're eating.
What's the worst thing you've ever bit into, Bailey?
Yeah, Bailey, tell us.
What's the worst thing you've ever bit into?
What is the worst thing you've ever? Was it human flesh?
The worst thing I've ever bit into. It was not. I sadly am not a cannibal. It's not very interesting. I don't know.
All right, well then here's a follow-up question while you think about it. If somebody served you human flesh and you didn't wait, okay, how do I phrase this correctly? Like,
you're off to a great start.
No, I'm really blowing it. If there was somebody who just like died, preventably, there was like nothing stopping them from, like no one killed them for the purposes of consumption. And then there was this like Michelin star restaurant that was like, I'm going to respectfully cook their body, and serve it to you. Would you eat
Oh.
human flesh?
Well, see, that's an easy no because I'm a vegetarian.
Ah,
So,
there
like,
we go.
automatically, I mean,
Nice
I would
excuse.
respect the hustle of that restaurant.
Right.
And I mean, to each their own. I personally would not. I feel like I'm boring in that sense of like I haven't bitten
In the
into
sense you
many
wouldn't
like
eat human
dangerous things.
Damn, you wouldn't eat human flesh, nerd.
Nerd.
Ugh, I know.
God, that is so boring.
Scandal.
Lucas,
I
what's your
know.
answer to this?
Oh, I 100% wouldn't, because like if someone cooked a dog, I would not eat it.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm a meat eater, but if someone, so my bar is dog. I 100% I would eat a cat though. If someone like cooked up a cat, I would eat it. 100%.
Come on.
Oh,
Yes.
On.
No,
cats are sacred to me.
Yes,
No, I'm
thank
sorry,
I
you.
draw the line there.
There's a comedian and actor called Sandy Toksvig, and she says, "So too many cats, too few recipes," and I believe that. I take that to heart.
That's funny, but I could not disagree. If Roscoe is listening, we don't mean it. Roscoe is my cat.
Oh yeah, no, Roscoe is good, but
I have 7 cats at my family house. So I've grown up
so
with
you have 7 courses to go through. That's
a
what
lot
I
of
7 unique
No.
flavors, Lucas says.
Oh
A
my
tasting
God.
platter.
Yeah.
No, that's fucked up. I
hors
love cats.
d'oeuvres.
Yeah.
Hors
But my
d'oeuvres,
answer
right.
is, oh yeah, no, but I would not eat a dog, so I definitely would not eat even a gourmet cooked person. I would not do it. I
Mm.
couldn't do it. Gabby, would you eat a person?
I have an interesting answer to this. So the general answer is no. I could not stomach eating human flesh. However, I maybe would take a bite into a human eyeball because they look kind of juicy. That's
Okay.
that's my honest answer.
My
Like
mom
it or
has
not.
I was not expecting that.
My mom, I'm pretty sure, has eaten eyeballs, not human, but of like goat or something. And I'm pretty sure she said that it has like the grossest texture. That it like
Really?
is that when you like pop the membrane, it's like really juicy, like to the point where it's like almost unnerving.
That sounds
But
like
it's
a
like,
gusher, though. It sounds good.
Yeah, but
Mm,
I don't even like gushers. I don't even
Oh,
like
really?
those. No.
Are you eating them like this? Tastes like a human eyeball. I don't want to keep eating this.
I feel like, yeah, gushers irk me a bit. And it's like it is
Yeah.
kind of the same thing. With
Did
that
they
with
hurt
eyeballs.
you? Like,
Oh,
why do they irk you?
They
Did
killed
they-
my family.
Did they say something mean to you in school?
they bullied me. Okay.
They shoved me in a locker and ruined my confidence for years.
I don't know. I spoke to them the other day and they were gushing with praise.
Oh my God, that one was
Oh.
That
was a lot.
hashtag forced, but I liked it. And on that note,
Yeah,
welcome to a new episode of Two Nosy Meerkats. I'm Lukas Arnold,
And I'm Gabby Jordan Brown, as always.
and we have a fabulous guest for you. She is an actress. She is a musician. She has a new album coming out, her first an EP, I believe. Yes.
Yes.
And
Very
her
exciting
name,
stuff.
and she is also a TikToker. And you know her, you love her. Please give it up for Bailey Gray. Woo!
Whee! Hello, everyone. This is my first ever podcast, so I'm buzzing,
Beautiful
Whoa.
work.
as they say in the UK.
So you're settling. Yeah, as they say in the
Good
UK.
start. Good start.
As they say
Yeah.
in jolly old England.
We were talking about British
England.
stuff last week. We were talking about the royal family, but it got me to thinking, because I know this girl, I don't really know her. She's like a friend of a friend of a friend who's British and annoying, which is like not a combination I've ever do you understand? Like, I've never heard that combination before. It's like you hear a British accent and even like, whatever, they're a person, they're not like the queen, but you expect some sort of like prim and properness. And then this girl's talking, she's like, yeah, I used to be a Gleek. It's like, what are you talking about? Like, don't you know Keira Knightley or something?
It's like,
what?
that's gross.
I couldn't. So
Oh
do
my
you?
Oh my God. I feel like when you live here, you meet a lot of different kinds of people. And I feel like the only Brits that are talked about in America are the ones that are a lot more proper than American people.
Yeah.
But oh yeah, there are a hell of a lot of annoying people here as well. Just not as bad as they are in America.
No, so wait, rank annoying people then. Rank like
annoying people.
And the reasons why, yeah.
I feel like the annoying people that I've met in England are just like really talkative, kind of like rough people.
Like Oliver Twist.
I feel like Oliver Twist.
Those fucking orphans.
Fuck Oliver Twist.
I forgot he was an orphan. Oh my god, I feel so bad. Please don't cancel me.
You're just such a bummer to be around. Like, oh, we get it. Your parents are dead.
Get a dad, honey. Get a mom. Oh my god, it's exhausting.
What are you, lazy? Get one. Just
go like find one who's out looking for cigarettes or something. I don't know.
Oh gosh.
He's not going back to his family. Just make him your dad. Come on.
See, I consider myself a theater kid pretty extremely. And I have never seen a full production of Oliver.
Wow. I mean, to be fair, neither have I. I've only like I did see a movie of Oliver Twist when I was a kid. I remember that, but that's my only exposure. And then I bought the book and I thought that I was going to read it, and then I didn't.
Neither of you guys ever watched an elementary school play? I feel like Oliver was every elementary school play.
I feel like the weird thing is I feel like I might have seen a production of it. I just don't remember it at all. It's just like the memory just isn't there. And I'm like, how do I know so much about Oliver? I've never seen it. I don't know. It's one of those.
I will say, okay, so but just getting back just very slightly to like annoying like people in England, my idea of like an annoying English person is like, do you know what? Somebody talks like this, right? Do you know, not just like that kind of voice. That's what turns me off. But I also love watching it because I like getting annoyed by it. It's that kind of personality. Thing. It's like when a British person is annoying, as you say, it's a lot more fun. It's like you don't really mind. Whereas it's also it's still a bit new because like if you born and raised and grow up in America, like you just get so used to like American annoying people that you're still just like sort of like delighted by the novelty of someone who's like annoying from a different country. It's still just like a little bit chocolatey.
Yeah, I feel like because I mean, quote unquote, annoying people in the UK are also like sometimes posh and like too good for you. But I kind of love that. I love that energy.
I do. When I went to London a while back, I did notice that like everyone talks about how people are mean in New York, but I don't think that's true. Like I feel like maybe people are a little bit trying to get where they're trying to go, but it's because we're all jammed in this grid and we need to get wherever we're going. So I feel like people might be accidentally a little rude, but I feel like when I went to London, everyone was actively trying to be mean. And like I sat down, I was watching a production of Hamlet and I couldn't find my seat. So I had to like put my phone flashlight down like very, very subtly, like as the performance was beginning to just see like where the fuck I was sitting because it was so dark in that theater. And I just hear like 7 guys be like, oh fuck mate, what the fuck are you doing? Like what the fuck? I was like, you guys are now being more disruptive than I am.
Whoa.
Oh my god.
Whereas in New York they maybe would have been like, you know, just like kind of casually, but they were so fucking mean.
Yeah, everyone in New York is just always in a rush, and I feel like that's why it gets a bad rep of like kind of people are in their own world. I haven't experienced that really in London of people being mean. I guess because there's a whole concept of customer service in America that's like you always have to please people and be really friendly, and they just kind of don't have that. They're kind of like down and gritty and just like truthful and real, and I kind of love that. I love the grittiness of Londoners.
I like it too. I like that there's like that there's no hiding that they don't like that job. That they're like, of course I'm not happy in this job. It's a bad job. You're expecting me to have a smile? Also, just like smiling, I think is like a very American thing. It's very forced. in the way about like keeping up appearances. That's a very American thing.
Oh yeah,
That is
you
not
walk
quite
down
same
the
here.
street and like you have to, if like let's say you see someone you like half know, you know that kind of shit-eating like fake smile that's like it's like
Mm.
oh my god.
Yeah.
I hate doing that smile. And I did like when I went to London, I liked that when I walked into a store or something, they didn't help me. That made me happy because usually when I go to a store and someone's like, "Can I help you?" I'm like, "I just want to. I don't know what I want. I'm here to dissociate.
I like
look
that
at
too.
candles. Like, I don't.
They'll
need
just
right
give you
now."
the eye from across the room, like, hey, I know you're here. I see you.
I
Go
see
on
you
with your
and I don't
business.
care.
Yeah.
Another thing, no, just very, very quick thing that this reminded me of is like,
Yeah.
my cousin, who lives in England, she told me that when she went to see Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix, the 5th film, that, do you know that scene where Sirius Black gets killed and like all the sound cuts out as like,
Spoilers.
spoiler.
Yeah, come on.
Sorry, kids. Have you heard about J.K. Rowling's recent comments? Fun.
Oh, that's another story.
Yeah. But back the movie, when Sirius Black gets killed and all the sound cuts out is like Harry's just screaming in agony, and it's like so dramatic, and the entire theater just went quiet until someone in the theater just like didn't like it and thought that it was way too much, just way too over dramatic and shit, and he just went, fucking hell. Like he just said that, and that's what, and then everyone started laughing at him. No one could take the scene serious.
Then it's like you're all laughing at a tragic moment. Come on.
I know. And that's something I don't think would happen in America that I wish I was there in the theater to watch. In the UK, I wish I was there for that.
Yeah,
I kinda love
commentary
that.
in a theater doesn't happen that much here, except if you, I
No.
mean, there's a couple of theatrical experience, like if you ever watch like a Jordan Peele movie in theaters, like everyone's hollering and screaming the whole time, and it's so much fun. That's how I think movies should
yeah.
be.
Yeah,
went to
it's an experience. If you go to the theater, you've got to have the experience.
Oh, absolutely. I don't know if wait, did you guys see Cats in the theater?
Mm-hmm.
No.
Oh, I had an experience because like I went with a friend of mine and we got drunk before it, which
As
was the
you
right
should.
choice. And everyone else, I think, had like similar methods for going to see it in the movie theater. And there was this moment where you see Old Deuteronomy, played by Dame Judi Dench, and she's just like walking in very, very slowly. And then two cats are talking. One says, "Who's that?" And the other one says, "It's Old Deuteronomy." And you can just tell that a song is coming on. And then someone in the row in front of me just like pleaded, saying, "Please don't sing about this." It was so funny.
And that person
I want
was
that
Judi
tattooed.
Dench. Watch
Please
it.
don't sing about this.
I saw Cats really stoned, and I actually like
Good.
it sounds fun, but I actually had like a bad experience because I couldn't look I couldn't look at their faces straight on for any of it. I had to like watch the movie with a soft gaze because they scared me too.
It was just too much stimulus. It was like, this is a lot to take in.
Well, their faces
Like a
are
bad
so-
trip almost.
Yeah, their
Yeah.
faces are so fucked up looking. I was like, there's no way this is possible. And then I watched it again sober, and I was just like, you know, there's truly no appeal to this movie if you're I don't know how people,
you've got to be fucked up.
I don't know how people like
Yeah.
in AA watched Cats. I don't think that was a priority for anyone in AA, but
Yeah.
it's one of the 12 steps.
And they
me,
all
you
have to
a
watch
problem.
it together.
Stop drinking, accept God, watch Cats.
In that order. Oh wait, Bailey, I do have a question. Do you have like a guilty pleasure movie? Like a movie that's just absolute dog shit, but you love it?
Oh my God. I feel like so many. So this is, I used to be obsessed with One Direction.
Me too.
Okay.
I was like that. I was that kid. But the This Is Us
No, you're cutting off.
movie. Just like watching that back is so nostalgic.
Wait, Bailey, would you say the name of the movie again? You cut out.
No.
It's This Is Us, the One Direction movie, right?
I see. Okay.
This Is Us film. Oh my God. I feel like I watched it last year just like for nostalgic purposes, and I was like, oh, it's so cute. And I want to not have to care about taxes again.
I feel like
Yeah,
it's a unique experience of the queer woman to be very obsessed with One Direction growing up.
Absolutely.
I loved one. I was a stan. Oh my God, that scene, Bailey, where Zayn buys his mother a house.
Oh my God. It's like,
do you know how hard I cried? Very.
Oh my God.
Gabby, I wasn't there, but I know how hard you cried. I just know.
Even Lukas knows. I mean, I didn't even know him at the time. I was like 19, but but he heard me, damn it.
I heard you all the way from where? No, I think I would have still been in high school, I think.
Wow. I groomed
you. You did.
Bailey, do you have a favorite direction? Like, who was your favorite in the band at the time?
Oh, always Harry. Like since the beginning. And now everyone's obsessing about Harry, and I feel like I'm one of those girls that was with him the whole time.
You were with him the whole time. God,
that's so cringe.
He's gotta pay you back for that.
I know.
I mean, the fact that he is out there railing Olivia Wilde right now instead of you is honestly
I'm jealous
criminal.
of both of them, to be fair.
Yeah.
So good for them, you know?
Wasn't he like dating someone in their 30s when he was like 17?
Yes. Yeah. It was pretty.
Who was she?
It was like an America's Got Talent, or what? Oh, I mean, they weren't in America. It was.
They were in Britain's Got Talent. That's where they met, I think. Or was it the X Factor?
X Factor. That's the one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's where they were formed.
I mean, there's all these conspiracy theories. Did you ever get into like the Larry stuff? Like
yes.
Lukas, for those who don't know, Bailey, why don't you explain Larry conspiracy to Lukas?
Well, I wasn't sure I believed it, but I wanted to. It's the kind of like ship between Harry and Louis. And people made videos about the conspiracy of like they were together at one point, like they were kind of romantically involved or had crushes on each other. And people would make compilation videos of like moments that looked like they were being a little spicy. So I'd be like, oh yes, it's a gay love story, but I don't know if it's true, but I want it to be.
Okay, this might be me like having like totally the wrong idea, but I feel like I've heard so many sort of like, oh, there's a secret gay love story that people don't know about. I've heard that sort of narrative a lot of people going, oh no, I think there's something going on here. I've heard that a lot.
About Harry and Louis, or like in general about other people? In
general. Of just
there's a lot of gay love stories.
Exactly.
You're talking about Carol, the movie Carol?
No, I mean like sort of like fan fiction of like characters in like Marvel or Harry Potter. No, another one especially is that Harry was into Oliver Wood, and that Harry was also into Cedric Diggory, and I find those to be just a little bit of a stretch.
For a second, I thought you were talking about Harry Styles, and I was like, "Who's Oliver Wood?"
Damn it, I'm sorry.
Who's Oliver Wood? Wait a minute.
I'm bad at explaining, but yeah, I remember I heard like there was this like community online of like people who think that Harry Potter is secretly bi, and I was like, what? It was just such a leap from anything I had thought.
That's a stretch.
Oh my God.
I've been in this phase where I just want to make things gay. Like this whole thing about, I have this whole TikTok kind of series about like make Dear Evan Hansen gay and make it interesting.
Wait, is it not gay? I thought that was.
Like, it's not gay, but all the stars in it date each other. It's not gay, but that's like all I know about Dear Evan Hansen is all the Evan Hansens fuck.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. I just think it would be cool if like Evan was a lesbian and Waving Through a Window was kind of like something about her being gay and in love with Zoe, and then have that whole thing. I don't know. Just make it a lot more interesting to me.
I just think it'd be cool if Dear Evan Hansen was about Evan Hansen being in love with another person named Evan Hansen. The whole musical is just about 6 Evan Hansens all fucking each other. That's what would be interesting.
And it's just the real raw emails. Dear Evan Hansen, number 3.
It's just all dramatic readings.
The climactic scene where like, you're into Evan number 4. You're into Evan number 4 now? I thought I was your number 1.
You may be Evan number 5, but you'll always be my number 1.
Wow.
Aww.
I will say
Now it got
about this,
romantic.
Lucas and Bailey, I don't know what you guys think, but I think that a lot of like the making things gay thing that we grew up with as whatever millennial, zillennial shit
Mhm.
is there just wasn't a lot of gay representation. Like
Yeah.
Yeah.
That
there's
makes
like
a lot of
Unless
sense.
it was like about coming out to the conservative family, things like
Right.
that.
yeah, which is so funny to me that people like, oh my god, like every coming out movie is the same. Like every single movie is the same. And now everyone thinks like coming out is not a different process for everyone. It's just like if you come out, you're immediately shamed and then like tentatively accepted by Sandra Bullock or whatever. But it's like I don't know, like everything was like queer coded because we had to make it queer coded because like there wasn't just that much storytelling about it that was organic. So like also, I mean, I've heard in Harry Potter before J.K. Rowling's turfism came about that there's a whole community of people who believe Snape is a trans woman.
I read the article about that, and I
I read the
actually
article.
found it convincing. I actually found it convincing. Like
Yeah.
all the details that came out, I was like, "Ooh, this has teeth." Like it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
look that up. I wanna, yeah.
I think one of the
Interesting.
details that stood out is because like his mom's maiden name was Prince, and that he identified with that more, and like calling himself like the half-blood prince, and that was actually him sort of identifying more with like his feminine side,
Look, it's
so to
all
speak.
a
And
stretch.
Oh.
It's all a huge stretch. J.K.
Yes.
Rowling didn't write any of this shit, but
No.
we are reading into it because there is nothing else for us to read into from our childhood.
We
That
grasp
makes a lot of
onto
sense.
things. Yeah.
I'm rewatching Gilmore Girls, and it's so clear to me that Paris Geller is so gay for Rory. And if you guys don't watch, it's like this girl, she's just this. So Rory Gilmore is the main character, right? And she goes to this prep school. And then there's a girl, Paris Geller, who goes to the prep school who decides to be like her enemy. All she does all day is like make Rory's life miserable, give her like shitty assignments on the school paper, like comment on her appearance, but like in backhanded ways that just end up telling her she's hot at the end. And
Flirting.
just say really, really like mean, incisive, cutting things to her that the situation does not warrant at all. And it's so clear that she's in love with her. But in like interviews with the showrunner, she said like she wasn't allowed to make characters gay. So like there's no way she was actually a gay character. It's just like so obvious that she just was one, you know? So I don't even know how that happens.
Huh.
I do know
it's so
that.
sad that they have
please
to
go on,
they
Babe.
have to specify. Sorry. It's
No,
just
no, it's
sad
good,
that
go.
they have to specify don't add a gay character.
I
Like,
know.
I
come
know that
on.
in
Times
Sailor
are
Moon,
changing.
I know that in Sailor Moon, the anime show, that I think in the original Japanese version that there were 2 characters that were lesbians, that was in the story, that was canon, but that when it was released in America in like the 90s, I'm not sure when it came out, but like the American market was like, no, you can't do this. You have to make them just friends. And so it was sort of like the story was reworked to make it like palatable, quote unquote, for like the American market. So there's definitely at least one example I know of like a gay story being taken out where it originally was.
Big oops.
Which makes me sad.
Big oof.
Yeah. We could have had that one.
It's also interesting because like I feel like a lot of the time in America, people act like gay stories are super X-rated in nature. Like if it's gay, it's automatically PG-13 and edgy. How surprising was it for me to grow up and be like as vanilla as I am and be like, wait a minute, I thought this stuff was supposed to be like hot and edgy, and here I am just like, you know, when I was 22, like bumbling through the dating world, like stumbling on my words, just like a straight girl would, and I had just never seen a movie about it. So you know what does that make sense at all? Like I feel like everything I saw like
think so.
being gay is X-rated, and it just didn't relate to my experience at all.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
What do you think as a bisexual person? Sorry, I read your TikTok bio.
Ooh.
So I know. Sorry to out
I was like,
you.
do I give off that energy? Yes, is the answer to that as well. There's there's hardly any gay representation, but there's really no bisexual representation. Like, because there's that whole biphobic thing of like, oh, you're just gay or you're just straight, like you're just spicy straight. That's really annoying to me. I want there to be more bi representation. I want to write a freaking show that has bi representation. I have the power to do that. I could do that.
Do you have any idea of how the plot would play out, of like, or what would it accentuate?
It would have to be very truthful and also very messy, but not in the way of like, oh, it's gay, so it's messy and there's going to be coming out things or whatever. But it's like, you know what? Life is messy. It's just got to be honest.
It's interesting you say that, because last night I got super stoned and I wrote down an idea for a movie. You guys want to hear it? It's a lot like this. A short film about a guy who starts dating two women at the same time, but doesn't realize those women are exes.
Whoa.
Oh.
I dig it.
Mm-hmm.
I really
I love that.
What a crazy rom-com. And no one's ever thought about it. Because everyone just wants the women to fuck or not talk to each other.
Did they know that he's dating another woman as well?
No, they don't.
So he's being a little juggler.
He's being a juggler. I think the idea is he's casually dating them both. Like, they're like on dating apps or something. And one of them is maybe like doing it as more of a rebound thing, whereas the other one is maybe like actually into him. But they don't realize that, like, you know, they know he's seeing other people because they're seeing other people as well, but they don't realize that one of the other people is each other, and they find out through. I thought a lot about this last
night. Does the
audience
know from the beginning, or is it a big reveal?
The audience knows.
Oh,
do you want it to be a big reveal? Oh, maybe I'll change it.
That they like cross paths one day and start talking, and then he sees them like on the subway, and he was like, "Oh no!"
Wow.
They know about each other, but they actually know each other.
But
also, it would be cute to like have little flashbacks of them, like kind of sprinkled throughout the story.
Yes.
Like, so if the audience knew, like kind of like introduce their ex relationship and then how it relates to the ones with him, then I don't know.
This is just a fun writer's room now. I like this.
Yeah, now we're just in the writer's room. It's happening. Listeners, if you have any other ideas for movies about bi people that we should make.
Gabby, I was just imagining, like, I was imagining a sketch in my mind where you go into like a boardroom to like pitch this to a studio. But then they just like make it like really grotesque, and they're like, okay, then they fight over him in a mud pit. Like just something.
This idea is great,
Gabby, the only acceptable way.
When are they in their bikinis? Never. It's winter in New York. Okay, but they'll manage.
It's too real.
They're wearing parkas. It's
yes, but are the bikinis under the parkas for when they go inside?
Okay, but when's the oil wrestling match? Never, man. They have jobs. No, they don't. They're oil wrestlers.
When do we add the slow-mo scene of their boobs just pressing together for a brief moment before they just like slug it out?
They're gay. They don't have jobs.
That's how it should be.
They can't drive. They can't drive to a job.
Unfortunately, I can't drive and I don't have a job. So what you're saying as a stereotype is true.
I can drive not super well.
We get it. You're cooler than us. Okay.
Here's a Britain question. Here's a London question.
Yes, hit me.
Do you drive there? And is it true what they say? Is it weirder driving on the opposite side of the road?
I wouldn't know because I'm scared to death to drive over here.
Right.
I have been in the passenger seat of many cars here, which in America would be the side of the driver's seat. So it's very confusing. Actually, a really funny thing that I see a lot is little children in the passenger seat, but it looks like they're driving the car. In my brain, that took a long time to get used to. It's like seeing like a 4-year-old in the driver's seat, quote unquote, but just chilling on the passenger side.
That's
like,
funny.
What?
Anytime I go to the UK to visit my mom and she picks me up, I always go to the wrong side because I'm just so used to cars in America. And every time she's like, no, other side. I'm like, fuck yeah. And so I'm still not used to it.
It does it like I've lived here for 3.5 years and I'm still not used to it.
It's weird.
It's a big one to get used to.
It's really insane. It's like people say like the wrong side of the road. You're like, what is the wrong side of the road? And then you're walking and you almost die and you're like, oh, that's what they mean.
Yeah. No, but something I like in London, I'm not sure if if it's still there or in everywhere, but when you cross the road, there are words right is on the road that say look this way, like look left or look right. And I was like, oh, I actually need this because I would look the wrong way. And so I'm really glad that they do that they like dumb things down enough for me, for tourists, basically.
Yeah, it's like this is a step-by-step way to not die in the street, and I still need it. Perfect. Yep.
They know they have to accommodate us dumb Americans
they
walking
do.
around.
Yeah, Bailey, I'm curious, have you ever been like judged for being American? Have you ever received like a weird look or any remarks or anything like that?
Funny question. So when Trump was president, the first question that I got asked, like when people found out I was American, was, do you support Trump? Which I'm like, obviously not. Look at me, first of all.
It would be funny if you did. You were like, I'm bisexual,
like,
I am an artist, and Trump all the way, baby.
Like
my EP is actually just pro-Trump. It's a pro-Trump pop.
It's devoted to America, my native land.
It's a duet with those like 3 girls from the Trump rally, like, oh, for Trump.
Oh my God. Yeah. That's literally the Trump version of Welcome to Duloc, such a perfect town. It's like we're a dystopia.
Oh my God.
But I would be like, I would say no. And then the next thing I would say was, obviously not. I moved here. I escaped.
Mm-hmm.
I escaped the rain.
Good answer.
So, and then people were automatically like, oh, you're chill, whatever. They didn't care. Also, I've gotten a lot of the time people like romanticizing me because I'm American. It's like, wow, you're from another country. And like, I'm friends with an American. I grew up with American TV and stuff.
Oh, so you get sort of like, fancy. So people treat you with this sort of like exotic factor.
Yes.
Wow.
They're like, you've eaten fruit by the foot before. Tell us what it's like to eat food with too many preservatives.
Preservatives, man. I'm intolerant to gluten in America, but not in the UK.
Oh my God.
Really?
Like, what's that about?
No, I know what you mean. When I went to any other place but America for a long time, I'll eat myself sick and I'll still lose weight.
Well, that's because like in America, bread has sugar, which is not a thing pretty much anywhere else. Like there's so many things that are just like packed with sugar and preservatives and weird shit here that's just not a thing elsewhere.
In America, ketchup probably is formaldehyde. They like don't care. They will put like Trump's poop in everything here. They don't care. They will put anything in any ingredient. It's insane. I'm not one of these like anti-GMO people. Like I understand like its validity for, hunger management, but at the same time, like the shit we get in our food here.
Also, like there's so many weird chemicals put in like just a simple bar of Hershey's chocolate, which is why I never liked it. And British chocolate is so much better.
It's better.
It's incredible.
Insane.
It's absolutely incredible.
Is it true what
British
they say about the
chocolate.
food though? The food in London, like in Britain, is it always bad or always on average worse?
No, I actually find, I tend to like it a lot more because they have a lot more like vegetarian, vegan options. And whenever there's like in London now and in Glasgow, because I lived in Glasgow before, they have so many like little vegan cafes and like vegan junk food, and it's fucking amazing.
Oh, that's
so good.
That's interesting.
But I don't know. Meat eaters tend to say that stuff is better in America, but I would not subscribe to that thought.
Yeah. growing up, like anytime I visited family, I was often given like Kennedy's pork sausages, which are like just these dog shit. It's really bad quality sausages. And they would give me like diarrhea, or I would throw up afterwards, like every time.
Wow.
It was bad. It was really bad.
Yeah, I feel like it's just that, I don't know, maybe things have changed, but it's like, I grew up in New York, right? So it's a food haven here. And chances are anytime you go to a restaurant here, it's probably going to be pretty good food. Like any random restaurant on the street.
Yeah.
But in London, I found like if you walked into a random restaurant, you probably weren't going to get great food. You have to really pick and choose which restaurants you go to.
Yeah, no, I would agree with that.
Yeah.
You've got to find specific good ones, but yeah, you can trust it a lot more in New York.
Yeah.
To have the best of whatever the cuisine is at the time.
The best Sbarro.
Yeah, oh my God.
The best. I'd love someone to be like a Domino's sommelier. Like, the one in Trenton is much better than the one in South Orange. Just,
You know what I did like in London, though? What's the Olive Garden equivalent? It's called like Pizza Haven, Pizza Express. Pizza Express. Ah, that shit was so good. You put chili oil on the pizza.
Express.
So
that's delish.
Yeah.
It's
I love it.
so good. A little expensive, but worth it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I also think that there's one thing I will say about like New York versus London is that New York has slightly better variety in terms of cuisine, because like in London, you can get great Indian food, amazing Indian food, but there aren't too many places where you could get good Chinese food or Thai food. Like it's a little bit rarer, I feel.
Thai food's pretty good in London.
Really?
Mexican food leaves a lot to be desired in London.
Yeah.
And just kind of everywhere in the UK. I have yet to find a Mexican restaurant that really does it for me, you know?
Yeah.
Here's your enchiladas in it. Yeah, I
That's
can't
another
imagine.
thing. Do you know how
enchilada.
Wait, Gabby, do you know how they say, try to do your best impression of how an English person says tacos?
King George. I don't know.
No, they say, no,
close.
try again.
Tacos.
No, it's tacos. They say tacos.
Like tackies.
Yeah.
Why would they do this?
That's how they do it.
You have to ask them.
They also say,
I'll go ask them.
They also say
In
Super
general.
Mario.
England?
Hey, England.
Yeah.
England?
They also say like Super Mario. They say Mario. They do that.
Mario. They say
Mario.
pasta.
Pasta. Yeah.
It's a
I
Mario.
love that one.
It's a Mario.
It's a Mario. Ugh.
Man, I don't know what you got over there. I was gonna ask you, this is kind of a hard pivot, but I listened to a little bit of the song that you're releasing, and it's really, really cool.
Oh my God, thank you.
Do you write your own music, or like what's Oh, sick. When did you start it?
I started when I was 13, and I've been wanting to, I know, and I've been doing theater for my whole life, and that's kind of been what I've been doing and focusing on. Like I'm doing a master's in it now. So I kind of put that on the back burner for a while, but continued to write songs on the side. And I've been meaning to put something out into the world for years. And I was thinking, like, COVID hit and my degree was postponed. So I was like, oh, why not just do it now? Like I could like release some music. And then the day after I started thinking about that as a like actual idea, this producer who found me from Tick Tock messaged me like, I don't know if you're planning to release anything or work on anything, but I'd love to work
manifest
with you.
it.
Oh my God, that's kismet.
I know.
That's awesome.
And I was literally like, yes, 100%. And I like probably came on a bit too strong because I was like, yes, please, please, let's do this. And
I
am begging you.
Vibe.
He was like
literally, please. It's like, I'm the one that came to you, but yes. But he's really cool. His name is Sam. His company is Homespun Audio. Hey Sam, if you're listening, I'll send you this link.
Do you want to like maybe give him just like a little bit of a boost? Like what's his social media? Does he have anything to promote or?
His name is Sam Cook Stunts. And yeah, Homespun Audio. He's amazing. If you're an artist looking to record some music in the similar vibe as me,
Nice.
after you check out my music, definitely work with him. He's brilliant.
Yeah. But
I
check
will
out Bailey's
definitely be
first.
working with him more.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
are you,
check out.
you said you do theater, but are you classically trained? Like what's the deal? Oh,
Look at her. Of course she is.
excuse me.
It's been a journey. So I started out, I did the national Broadway tour of Mary Poppins when I was a kid, and like kind of started my professional New York career pretty early on. Got my equity card, did theater for a while, kind of hopped back into school, which was weird because we were tutored during Mary Poppins, and that was like a weird kind of pivot in my life. But then I focused on high school for a while and did the theater in high school, kind of auditioned for things during that, but then got my BA, which was another huge kind of thing in my life. I moved to Scotland without ever being there ever, to go to the Royal Conservatoire to study musical theater.
Damn.
And I just finished that degree, class of 2020, online. Horrible. We haven't graduated in person yet. But now
do you sing online, like you, or like do scenes online?
Please tell me there's a piano accompaniment, but you can't sync it up because of Zoom. Please tell me that's what happened.
No.
Oh, good. Okay.
She's not just gonna tell you what you want to hear, Lukas. Come on. This is an interview.
Was
she a clown?
Dance for us now.
Good, but also, but now I'm doing my master's in musical theater at another royal school, at the Royal Central School of Speech and Drama in London, and that's going to be really fun.
That's
so
awesome.
Yeah, I'm a theater kid through and through. I've been doing it my whole life.
That's awesome. Wow. We all get a bad rap. Including we do. Lukas and I are totally ex-theater kids as well.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
And I don't know if you checked, but we did like an episode covering like the Meghan and Harry interview, and we tried to come up with code names for everyone
I listened
involved.
To that.
Oh yeah,
this morning actually.
Really?
Yeah. As you said something about having a podcast on while you were doing your laundry, I was like, that's literally me right now.
Oh shit, that's awesome. Yeah,
I love a laundry podcast moment.
I have friends who are like, your podcast is too long. I'm like, it's not too long. Your chores are just not long enough while you do it.
Yeah.
While you listen.
Yeah, it's like, you have more stuff to do. Just put it on.
I listen to podcasts that run like an hour and a half.
You're gay. You don't have a job.
As you please. You don't have to listen to it in one sitting. It's not like a movie at the movie theater where you just get one shot and then you're done. It's downloaded on your phone. You can wait. You can pause. You have control.
It's in your hands.
Yeah, sometimes I listen to podcasts that are like an hour and 30 minutes long, and I'm like, I could go another hour and 30 minutes of this. Like, this rules. Yeah. I'm not saying that's the case with us, but maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe.
I think it's adorable that some people just assume a social contract where you're like, oh, I need to watch or listen to this in one sitting or else.
Like Lukas and I
don't know if I pause.
We're the most intimidating.
Like meerkats.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just.
Why'd you pause?
Why'd you pause? I don't know how.
Were we not interesting you?
Have you no respect?
That is how meerkats talk. My cousins are meerkats, so.
I could tell. I saw the resemblance.
Look, some of my best friends are meerkats, okay?
Yeah, all right.
That sounds like something you'd say
like
before you say something racist about meerkats. Look, some of my best friends are meerkats.
That's what I was referencing.
But what I'm saying.
Look, I'm not anti-meerkat, okay?
But
they pay their taxes. They're fine citizens. They come here illegally. They're fine, you know?
But I'll just say it. They can't speak English. I'll just say it. Meerkats can't speak English, okay? I'm sorry.
They commit some
Speaking of
crimes,
animals
but that's not
speaking
reflective
English.
of their whole community.
Speaking of animals speaking English, my mom bought these little buttons that say different words for my cats to push. Like so much, and they're learning words.
Whoa.
Like my cat, she's amazing. She will, whenever she wants to play, she'll press the play button, and then she'll press who she wants to play with. There's like an Aiden button for my sister, so it'll say play Aiden, and then my sister has to like get out of bed and like go play with my cat.
Amazing.
Yeah, she's I've seen it on FaceTime. I'm like, get a Bailey button for when I'm home. Gosh.
That's
because I saw there's a
Lucas, you'd eat one of those? Sorry, I'm circling back to this. You would eat one of those?
My cat can talk English, can speak English. I can't even speak English.
I'm sorry,
my cat
I'm too
can speak
intrigued
English.
by like teaching it to speak. I want to have like an in-depth conversation now. Like I want to do that too much. But yeah, I saw like someone who's like a linguist or some sort of scientist, and she taught her dog to speak. I think the dog's name is Stella, and it's like hunger for words on Instagram. And she has like this whole board full of buttons that mean different things. And this dog is learning to like communicate by pressing different buttons.
That was the inspiration.
It's the coolest thing.
That was the inspiration for the buttons that my mom got them for her birthday from my dad, but she had been like asking for them. And I'm like, honestly, perfect gift.
I want to do that. I want to get a dog. I want to do that so badly. Oh my God.
That's an actually smart thing for a cat to do. I will say, love my parents' cat, but my mom will be like, Roscoe is a genius. And I'll be like, what did he do? And she's like, I guess my dad has like a little meditation like gong near his bed. He'll be like, Roscoe.
Love that.
Roscoe rang the gong. I was like,
ooh.
You mean he put his paw in the vicinity of the gong and it made a noise? Like, my mom's like, yeah, he's so smart. He was clearly ringing the gong for a reason.
He might have just bumped into it.
I was gonna say.
My cat will wake my mom up every morning at the crack of dawn by slowly knocking things off her nightstand. Just like, hello, wake up. Just like slowly, like trails across the nightstand.
One specific kind of TikTok I've been getting into is like the cats going, like when you put the robot voice over a cat, and it'll be like, humans be like, you make me eat, like you don't feed me enough. Okay, and you lay around the house all day getting DoorDash.
I haven't seen one of those.
I'm not.
I want to see them though.
I'll send them to you.
Link me. Yeah.
I'll link you.
Bailey, that does bring me to a question. I'm very curious. How and why did you get on TikTok?
Ooh.
Oh my goodness. Another really boring story. It was quarantine and my friend was like, oh, I just like made a TikTok. You should get a TikTok. And at this point, I thought TikTok was just straight TikTok. As we call it. Just the dancing, just the shirtless men. And I was like, I don't know if I'm really into that. And he was like, no, you should. And because it was quarantine and I had no other creative outlet, I got one, and like within like a few hours, I found gay TikTok, and I was like, oh, okay. Look at all these pretty women. But then I just started like making stuff that like came to my brain, and I started getting followers and was like, oh my God. Okay.
Yeah.
So it was just a very natural kind of occurrence. And then once I started gaining followers, I started like bringing different things back and doing more stuff with it, and then grew pretty fast, which was fun.
Can I ask wait, go on. Sorry.
Oh, it's just I'm at the Daily Bailey Show on TikTok.
Oh yeah.
Oh yes.
Oh yeah.
Just a little plug.
Delightful.
We'll give you an opportunity to plug. I was gonna say, can I ask which sector of gay TikTok you ended up on first? Was it cringe lesbian teen TikTok? Was it I'm walking in the store and I see another girl TikTok? Was it prison talk?
Kind of a mix of everything.
Whoa, I'm forgive me for interrupting, but I'm aware of prison TikTok. I didn't know there was gay prison TikTok.
I mean, I just assume there's
Like,
a little
there-
bit
Oh,
of
okay.
gay subtext.
There's probably a
during
sprinkle
prison.
of it. Like, I haven't seen much. I've probably seen some.
Mm.
But it was right away, it was like gay comedy TikTok. And I was like, I fucking love that.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. No, very good. No, I was curious because like the reason I got on TikTok was because a comedian suggested I get on it, and before the quarantine happened. And then when the quarantine, I was like, oh, well, maybe I should just get on this just as like a creative outlet, or also just something to fill my time with. It's pretty much the same thing. Yeah. And I was just
And
curious.
it is good for those reasons.
Yeah.
It is a good outlet.
Yeah. It's so addicting.
It's like,
You go-
here are my thoughts. Follow me.
I will say for me, I got a little too addicted because I also live alone. And so it was very much like a primary source of connection for other people for me.
You don't live
I was
alone. You
living
have
alone at the time as
parasocial
well.
relationships with other creators, obviously.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I lived alone at that time as well.
Mm.
So I was
Oh.
like, it was like the same situation. I was like, I need some sort of, not validation, but people in my life to share
Yeah.
things with
In my
on a
mind, you were
daily
still-
basis.
in my mind, I thought that you were still like at college and you had like roommates and stuff, and you had like, but yeah, I was surprised.
Because my flatmate went home when COVID hit, like almost
Right.
immediately.
Okay.
So then I was like in my flat alone, kind of like in this limbo of, should I go home? How long is this gonna last?
Right.
I ended up going home when it got safer to go home, but I was there for a
Right.
few months, just like kind of on my lonesome.
Yeah.
Learned a lot about myself though. So
Mm.
What'd you learn?
What if you're comfortable sharing? Would you?
oh my God, I've been really embracing my weirdness lately. And I started, I never talked to myself growing up. Like I would like think to myself a lot. Like I'd have a lot of thoughts to myself. That's a dumb thing to say. But I started talking to myself and it was really comforting. And it gave me the opportunity also to reach out to people I hadn't spoken to in a while, which was also really nice. And kind of the amount of time I spent sitting by myself, like either meditating or just like listening to music, I just like got to know myself and who I am a lot more, just generally. And because I struggled with self-love for a while, because I wasn't truly able to open up and be really myself in high school, because everything was like in America, in suburbia public school, you're kind of everyone's the same way, and you like wear the same things, and you like,
Right.
yeah. So there was not a lot of creative freedom in that sense. And then when I went to college, I like completely like discovered myself and like let myself kind of discover that. And now I'm like a super, super colorful, like hippie person. And I didn't know that before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's the beautiful thing about what college is for, is sort of like wiping the slate clean and going, okay, how do I want to redefine myself? And that's a really beautiful experience I think everyone should have.
Absolutely.
Either in college, but at that time, that's like, it's an important thing to do. Yeah.
Yeah. I would also tack on that in high school, I feel like it's very hard to, even if you know who you are, it's hard to actually be that person because no one around you is affirming it. Or at least that was my experience. And I feel like a lot of people experience this. Whereas in college, you can be like, I know who I am, where are my people at? And those people will come to you.
You'll always find your people.
Yeah.
And I believe that. I feel like whoever you are, you will find your people.
Especially if your name is Evan Hansen and your people are just six other Evan Hansens waiting to find each other.
Yeah.
Well, should we go to listener submissions on that?
We should, yeah.
Lovely note.
Yes. Although there was there was just one other thing. This is something I love asking our guests, but like, what was your childhood cartoon crush?
Ooh, good question.
I gotta know. Or crushes.
Oh my God. the first one that came to mind is Aladdin. I was
Good answer.
And Jasmine, but I didn't know that really. I was just like, I want to be her.
Yeah.
But like, they're both gorgeous. Also, the fox from Fantastic Mr. Fox.
Totally.
Also,
he's
a fine
so
answer.
cute, and for why?
Yeah, he's literally a fox. For what?
Yeah.
Literally.
Whenever they make
fantastic
the
fox.
animals sexy, I'm like, fuck you. But also when they make
It's
the
like,
animals
why are you
ugly-
making this internal struggle in my brain happen right now?
Oh yeah. I also know that Eddie Redmayne had a thing for not only Nala in Lion King, but also for Maid Marian in the Disney Robin Hood when she was a fox.
Lucas, what do you think
I
was your
needed to know
weirdest?
that.
What do you think was your weirdest childhood crush?
My weirdest childhood crush. I don't know if it was I don't think I had like really weird ones or really unexpected ones. I definitely had like a thing for Starfire on Teen Titans.
I've never seen Teen Titans.
Oh, it's a great show. It was really good. Also Raven on the show. But I don't think I had like really weird ones. I was fairly like typical in terms of like my crushes on like people in movies and film and cartoons. It wasn't weird. It wasn't like animals really.
Yeah.
So you're
although
normal.
Harambe had an amazing jawline.
Who did you say had a good jawline?
Harambe.
Oh my god. Do you remember in high school or was it middle school? Or I don't remember what year it was, but people used to like yell Harambe as a joke. And I was like, what's funny? He died.
Yeah. The whole tits out for Harambe thing. It's like,
Maybe,
that's disrespectful.
Maybe I'm so literal.
Also, Coney 2012, like I remember that was a whole thing. It was like, this is a warlord. This is.
Oh, well, that was funny because
this is probably fucked up.
It turned out, so I remember everyone shared that video on Facebook, and then it turned out that Coney was not really a threat anymore. Like he'd been pretty much neutralized since like 2005, and the filmmaker was kind of like grifting. And then like 3 weeks later, because of the pressure of the movie, the filmmaker got caught publicly masturbating.
Yes. I knew about this.
Oh my god.
Yeah. That's why Coney 2012 became a bit.
Right.
Oof.
Oh my god. Yeah. And on that note, I say we get into listener submissions. Shall we do
Let's do it. Yeah, let's do it.
Okay. I have one pulled up that I am very interested in.
Okay.
This one, I have strong feelings. Okay. After pooping, do you sit or stand to wipe? Me and my friend just found out we both wipe while standing. Was excited to hear that someone else does the same. The conversation continued, and we were both confused how you can get a good clean from sitting. For us, it's awkward to get our hands down the back of the seat and reach the area in need of cleaning. Being gay, I like to make sure I'm properly clean, so for me, standing up is the best option for the best cleaning experience. I put one leg up on the toilet seat to probably get between my cheeks. There's so many elements in play here, but first off, I just want to say I wipe while sitting.
Me too.
Me too.
And that when I found out that people stand up to wipe, I was terrified because apparently it's really close to 50-50. Like a staggering amount of people stand up to wipe, and it scared me.
How is the like? Oh my god! Wouldn't it?
Because when you're
everywhere?
sitting, your cheeks naturally.
Yeah. I mean, respect.
No, because like in my mind, like when I stand up, my cheeks kind of close, and when I'm sitting down, it's more open, and so it's easier to wipe while sitting down.
I would agree wholeheartedly. Yeah.
I'm glad we agree.
This is maybe the first listener submission that I felt completely neutral about. I'm like, you could stand, you could sit. Like I think that whatever. Yeah, I know. I've never had a neutral opinion. This is a first in the history of the show.
Wow.
This has actually neutralized me.
This is the one I feel most strong about. This is the one I've had the strongest opinion about.
I think
like
personally,
personally, I'm pretty agile, so it's easy to get. It's easy to get where you need to get, because they were saying that they can't really get where they need to get while they're sitting.
Yeah.
Never had that
I mean,
issue.
ultimately, if you feel like ultimately, if it works for you, there's nothing wrong. But I still think it's wrong. Just deep down, I'm just like, oh, I don't like this.
Homophobic, honestly.
I feel like,
Yeah.
because surely when you stand up, your cheeks will go together, and then you'll, like, it seems messy to me, is what I'm trying to get across.
Yep.
But like, if this person is gay, like they
Yeah.
must know more about butt hygiene than anyone. Not to be this guy, but like they probably know a lot about butt
Fair.
hygiene.
That's true.
So maybe
Yeah.
I'm not
Leave
saying
it to
I'll
the
try
experts.
it. I'm not saying I'll try the one leg up, but maybe I should. You know, maybe I haven't been open to new possibilities. You know, it's like, what do they say on Twitter? Like, you go out, touch grass. Like, it's like, go out, touch grass, spread your cheeks, like stand on the toilet, whatever you need to do.
Go
One
out,
foot
touch
up.
grass, use the bidet, eat ass. That's what we say.
Touch grass, eat ass.
Eat ass.
Yeah. I'm curious. Wait, Bailey and also Gabby, have you guys ever used a bidet?
No, but I want to.
Yes, we've spoken about this.
Will
Yes,
rock
it's amazing.
your fucking world. It's so good.
Oh my God.
I got one. I installed it. I use it every day. It makes you feel beautiful.
You bidet every day?
It really. Yeah, I bidet every day.
Bars,
That's a new
bro.
song for you.
Bars, bro.
You.
Nicki Minaj slumped back into a corner when she heard bidet every day.
Top 10 rappers that Nicki Minaj is afraid to diss right here.
We're the top 10.
Yeah, the three of us.
We're the whole top 10.
Yeah.
So I guess moral of the story is
Three of us. It's just us three, and then 7 Evan Hansens.
all
7
fucking,
Hansens.
all cleaning their butts. Okay.
7 Hansens.
7 Hansens.
Bidet every day.
Whoa.
Whoa.
Bidet every day, 7 Hansens. Wow.
You got to rap about this. This is where it's at. Okay, someone else says, I am 15 and want to be a stand-up comedian, and I just want to test this story out. Okay. So I want to talk about the most backhanded compliment I've ever been given.
Okay.
I had a really weird 7th grade English teacher, and she was hella nosy. I was pretty depressed, still am, but that's besides the point. Spitting bars. And I had a notebook that I take around my classes where I just vent or write poetry, that sort of thing. One day I left that notebook in her class, and then I remember getting it back from her, and she said, "Oh, I didn't mean to snoop or anything, but I read a lot of it, and I just want to know if you're okay." So far, I was somewhat fine with this. Yeah, it was a little weird, but I didn't think there was a lot of harm done. Later on in the year, we had a whole unit on the Holocaust. And in the beginning of the class, she would say hi and kind of chit-chat with you on how you were or what you were doing. And on this day, she straight up told me, "Oh, we're doing a poetry assignment on the Holocaust. You seem to have a lot of negative emotions, so you'll be great at this."
Oh.
Whoa.
If there ever was a call out. Oh my God.
Damn. That is a great diss, though. That is, I'm going to be honest. I think this person should be a comedian. I'm sorry.
I think this teacher should be a
That is-
comedian. What a wild thing to say. Well, we're doing the Holocaust, so clearly this person who writes poetry in the 7th grade will really connect
Wait,
to
the
this
teacher
material.
said that? I thought that was, wait, this was the teacher? I thought this was another person in class.
No. The
The
teacher
teacher called her out.
The teacher read the diary,
Oh.
which total breach of privacy from the beginning. The teacher read the student's
Oh my God.
diary. And then when they had a unit on the Holocaust, they were like, because you have so many negative emotions that I read in your diary that I shouldn't have had any access to in the first place, you would be great at our 7th grade poetry class.
Oh my
That's
God.
problematic.
That
That's
is
pretty
so
problematic.
evil. Oh my God. That is, I'm putting myself into this listener's shoes and just like, I would want to just like crawl into a hole. I would just be like, ugh.
Is this the plot to the movie Freedom Writers? You know, where what's her face Hillary Swank has to read the kids' diaries and like teach Black kids about reverse racism or something? Like, remember this movie? You guys remember this movie?
I
don't
have
think I've seen this
no
one.
recollection of this.
No.
Oh my
film.
God, I'm going insane. It was this super problematic movie where Hillary Swank is this white teacher who goes in and teaches a bunch of Black kids about writing, and like
that's nice.
One of the kids is like, I hate white people, and Hunter Parrish plays like the white student in the class, and he's like, I feel so bad right now. Is this what racism is like?
Oh my god.
See, I'm low-key in love with Hunter Parrish.
Oh, he's hot as fuck.
I don't know who
I've
that is.
met
I've
him
never heard that name.
twice. I've been in his presence twice, and one time, because I was talking to him about how I do theater as well, and he was like, hopefully we'll be in a show together one day, and I was like, yes, please.
Hunter Parrish is a hot
Hunter
blonde guy.
Parrish is hot. That is a hot dude.
And as Jesus in Godspell.
Oh my god, yes.
When wilt thou save the people?
When wilt thou save this? Am I right? I whispered.
When wilt thou plow?
I'll join your parish any day.
When wilt thou plow the pussy?
Oh God of mercy.
Jesus.
Do you have a weird neighbor, Lucas? Who's
yeah, I have neighbors. They're really, I don't know. They're knocking a lot of stuff around upstairs. I don't know why. They recently moved in, and yeah.
Good for them.
A few months ago, though, so they should be moved in by now. So I don't know. Okay, I have another listener submission. Hold up. So this person says, my ex-girlfriend is OD manipulative and erratic. She plays dumb and acts like she has no awareness of what she says, but then fucking causes chaos. And when she doesn't, but fucking causes chaos when she doesn't get her way. As of today, I am sad to say that she was acquitted from the charge of inciting an insurrection, and she may run for president again in 4 years and win.
His girlfriend
is this Rochelle Bachman?
Wait, so it's Trump we're talking about.
Yeah, this is.
He's dating.
Well, I don't. Well, you have to.
There's a lot of anger in this post.
There is a lot.
I sense.
But I know that Melania, you have to be born in America to run for president. So I don't think this is Trump writing in. Although I do hope he listens and learns a lot from our podcast.
This is Melania. This is Melania.
Donald Trump, if you're listening, fuck you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Donald Trump, if you're listening, how do you have access to this? Didn't you get taken off Spotify?
What if he's just like on like
Melania's account?
I love the idea that this is like his only outlet. Like he's allowed to watch like Fox News and then listen to Nosy Meerkats podcast. He can't post about it on social media. He gets nothing.
Trump listens to meerkats. Oh my god. He's like, yes, horse Lena Dunham walks into a bar. This is one of our more iconic segments, Bailey. But you'd know that if you were Trump.
Yeah.
You need to get on Trump's level. He knows all the lingo. He's pre-ordered our merch before you even made it.
Trump is in our comments like, where's the merch? Where's the merch?
Donald Trump is a king for merch. He's got so much of it.
Wow. I'm curious about how. I just want to learn more details about this ex-girlfriend and like who I want to, without giving away the detail. I like a little bit of mystery though, and I want to know, is it like,
What I appreciate is that this started out as a real segment, like my girlfriend sucks, and then it was like the listener like quit halfway through. You know,
like and the president in the next 4 years.
Yeah, it was
what?
It was like, I don't want to talk about my girlfriend anymore. Let's talk about the president.
What if it's Bill Clinton?
And it's kind of like a mixture of both.
It's Bill Clinton. Well, Hillary didn't incite the. I almost said erection.
Hillary does incite the erection.
My girlfriend was charged for inciting an erection.
I love that that's like his version of dirty talk. Like, oh, you incited an erection. Just
you were
down in my nether regions.
Down in my nether regions, Hillary.
That was a good Bill Clinton. Well,
Thank
I
you.
guess moral of the story is whoever you are, I'm sorry that your girlfriend's gonna run for president again in 4 years.
Yes, but please, to everyone, please continue inciting erections for your loved ones.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right, I have one more. It's short.
Yes, lovely.
But I really like it. Somebody says I have a phobia of horses. It all started when I went to horse camp and a horse tried to eat my foot. Now I'm traumatized for life. I just want to say about this, I don't like horses that much to begin with, and I don't understand like the human attachment to horses.
I also think that's a good reason to have a phobia of horses. Like, you had a very clear bit of trauma in your memory that makes you scared to be around horses. That makes a lot of sense.
That's like, I've had traumatic experiences with humans and now I'm afraid to be around humans.
Yeah, exactly.
So,
you get it.
yeah,
it's
you
also
get
like,
it.
I remember a story of like, I might have even mentioned it on the podcast of like, that there was a kid who was afraid to use the toilet. And like, it was only like this kid was like 6 years old, but still could only use a potty. And the reason, and the parents took this kid to a psychologist. And the reason why is because there was a rat that somehow got into the plumbing of the toilet and bit this kid on the butt. And the psychologist was like, this kid is responding normally to a piece of trauma. You don't need a psychologist. You need a plumber. This is...
Yeah, we talk about this sometimes on the podcast. People write in, they're like, I have this crazy phobia. It all started when I was 10 and a shark nearly killed me. And now I hate sharks. It's like, well, you don't need to like sharks because there's no shark forgiveness that you need to give. There's no horse forgiveness. There's no forgiveness of any kind you need to give.
Yeah. No, animals do not need you to forgive them. That's okay.
You do you.
Yeah. The horse, really okay. Whoever it was, will be fine. It's probably dead. What? It's been 10 years? That horse is dead.
Yeah, that'll help you go to sleep at night. Just be like, you know what?
I personally love horses because I think they're majestic creatures.
I do too.
But whoa, that was a fun thing with your voice there.
Oh yeah. No, yeah,
I do too.
But I'm also very pro people not being around horses if they don't like them. Like, you don't. No one's obligated to like horses.
Yeah.
If you need me to like horses, Venmo me $5 for emotional labor.
Yeah. But if your name is Evan Hansen, you are obligated to be attracted to other Evan Hansens. That's the
absolutely.
That's the moral of the podcast.
I hope there are people out there actually named Evan Hansen
that exclusively date other Evan Hansens.
Exactly. Yeah. They need to find each other somehow.
Yeah.
All right, we are coming to the end of our pod. So we have one last segment, and this is something we ask everybody. We call it Self-Perception Corner. So Bailey, how do you think, and this is an open-ended question, basically, other people perceive you in the world? Like, what do you think people see when they see and interact with you? Tell us that, and then we'll tell you how we actually perceive you.
All right. I think people always pick up kind of almost immediately that I'm very artistic. Like every kind of factor in my life has something to do with some sort of art. I think people, when they first meet me, think I'm really outgoing and like a little strange, but in a good way, hopefully. I'm also very, like, I'm a people person. Like, I really like being around people and making connections with different people and different kinds of people. So I'm very outgoing in that sense. And I'm very empathetic. Like, I care a lot about the people that I care about. Like, the people that mean something in my life, like, I would do anything for. And I think people pick up on that. Yeah.
That's a beautiful answer. Yeah.
I love that answer. I was gonna say about you, it's not quite what you said. It's similar. I'll go first because I don't know you as well as Lukas does. I see you as like very gentle. Like, I get a very gentle energy from you, at least through the screen. Like, you know, I feel like some people, their energy is really like intense, and you know, it doesn't make them good or bad. It's just like it's a lot to take in at first. And you definitely have a vibe where like I could just tell you whatever and you'd be like, yeah, cool, like you know, that's not weird at all. And yeah, I also just see you as very, everything else you said kind of, I see you as like very open and honest and thoughtful, and definitely someone who's like done a lot of work on themselves to not be like, I don't pick up like some theater people, you know, there's like this darkness, this like, I need attention at all costs and I will kill someone to get it. And I don't see that from you. That's where I'm at with that. So
Thank you.
I would say ditto to everything, but I would say like dominant vibe I get from you is just like an openness and a very encouraging, innocent curiosity you have with people around you and with different stuff. Like just a very it makes me smile, like seeing like how curious you are about other things and other people, and just very expressive and open and colorful. It's a very positive, infectious vibe you give off. It's very, yeah. That's what I would say.
To me, you seem like the anti-theater kid, you know?
Yeah.
You don't scare me.
I've dealt with enough theater kids in my life.
Yeah.
That I've
it's also that
I
you're
strive to not be.
You're not jaded, or like I get a lot of optimism from you. And very
absolutely.
Yeah. For sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Especially for, not to be this guy, but someone at your age, like I feel like a lot of, you know, people born in 99 or whatever are very like I don't know, there's a lot of like memification of everything where things become just packaged versions of other thoughts, and there's a lot of like clout chasing, and I just don't get that from you at all. Like you're very much your own person.
Yeah, definitely. Now please, Bailey, please plug and promote any and all things that you like.
Ooh, well, the big thing right now is my EP was released yesterday. It's called The Reason I Smile by Bailey Gray. Me. My TikTok is The Daily Bailey Show. You can find me there. My social medias and stuff are there. But yeah, the big thing is the EP. It's not on Spotify yet. It will be in a few days, so stay tuned. But it's on Apple Music and iTunes and TikTok and stuff.
Yay.
Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you for being on. We will
Thank you for having me,
guys, next week. And if your name is Evan Hansen, don't you dare date outside of people also named Evan Hansen.
Exactly.
Go find your fellow Evans.
Yeah.
And then name your children Evan Hansen and continue this very reductive tradition.
And if you're Trump listening to this, you should buy our merch, but we will not buy yours.
Yeah.
For obvious reasons.
Yeah.
I was just imagining like him still doing rallies but selling exclusively our merch.
You can buy my MAGA enamel pin.
MAGA?
Or what is it, MAGA?
I've never heard someone say MAGA.
I've forgotten so much about him, honestly. I don't even know.
Yeah, it's really nice that he's kind of like off the radar now.
You
don't have to worry about where he is.
It's a beautiful thing that I'm still only getting used to. Oh, yeah, it's nice. All right, guys. Thank you very much for listening and watching, and we will see you next time.